Hello friends, welcome back or welcome if you are newer to my channel. My name is Karlijn. I like to do knitting and crocheting videos on my channel or anything else crafty, and this is one of my weekly vlogs where I take you along with me for a week of crafting while also track my yarn usage and my yarn stash. So if that sounds interesting, then do keep on watching. Now let's get into it. Alright, so in my last weekly vlog I left you with no whips or no current active whips. We have some lingering whips that I will probably pick up sometime, just not right now. And I left you with the idea of doing the melange sweater by Petite with this unicorn solid yarn that I've got from Hobie. It was gifted to me, but I'm not being paid. I can say about the yarn whatever I want. So yes, it was gifted, but that doesn't sway my opinion. I do genuinely really like this yarn. I used it before and it's just really nice. Something that Merita actually noticed was that it isn't shiny, even though it's super washable. It's not shiny, it's quite matte. Anyway, I did start the melange sweater without you. I'm sorry, it happens. So I'm currently in the short rows. I literally only just got this on this morning, so you didn't miss a whole lot. But yeah, so far we're doing pretty good. Here's the thing though. Friday I'm flying towards Spain, the Canary Islands, and lovely, right? But I only have one carry-on that's like 10 by 20 by 30 or something. I don't know. This is all the luggage I'm allowed to bring. So we need to be a little bit creative on my luggage situation, because I both need to bring obviously clothes and yarn, you know, the two essentials. I am now working on a sweater. I'm not sure though if I'm taking this one with me on holiday or if I'm gonna start something else just for the holiday. I haven't decided yet. I also do need to take some yarn right here that I don't use to Spain so I can give it to my mum. So that's like a bit of a luggage space that maybe would have been nice to have. Long story short, it kind of depends what status my current, like my sweater is in, if I'm gonna bring that project with me on holiday or if I'm gonna start something else. We shall see. It's just something to think about. I've got 4 days to decide. Once I figure it out, I will let you know, of course. Something else that's really fun, it has happened. My yarn closet, the closet of my dreams. Once again, as with everything in my life, thank Merita. She had this beauty in her house and she didn't have a space for it anymore. It fits perfectly where I've always wanted to have a closet exactly like this with the window pane so I can put my yarn in it and just admire everything, but while still being safe for the moth. This is also my favorite wood color. It's just so good. It's perfect. It's everything I've dreamed of and it's a sleigh. So for now, the yarn that's in here is still kind of randomly divided. These are all my hanks. These are like woolies and merinos. My fluffy fibers, so these are my mohairs, Surrey silk, things like that. Got all my knitting books right here, you probably can't tell. And then we have my cottons and my sock yarns. I think those are all the updates. Now we can actually start the week with some good old knitting. Surprise! I just came back from Merita, who just quickly cut my hair before I'm gonna go on holiday. It was a pretty last minute thing, so thank you Merita for once again dealing with my bullshit. I did some knitting whilst with Merita. I finished the German short rows on the back for the melange sweater yesterday, and then today I've just been working on adding some length to the back. It's been going pretty smoothly. We did have a bit of a situation with the yarn. So the unicorn solid yarn is definitely a little bit fuzzier. It's not a high twist yarn, which makes it stick together a little bit easier. I found that when I try to pull out from the inner side, my yarn would get stuck. So I tried to fix it by pulling out some yarn barf, but there was definitely more yarn barf than I had suspected. And so now this is the situation which I have to figure out. Also, just a note for this yarn, there is definitely some VM in here. It's like bits of hay and twigs, things that would be in the sheep's wool that would have had to be picked out, but sometimes things slip by and there's some of it in here. It hasn't been like too much. I also don't really mind. You can just pick it out really easily and move on, but it is something to note. But other than that, I have really been enjoying working with this yarn. It is really nice and soft. It is a little bit stiff right now, but I know that it will soften up and relax a lot when I block it, because my gauge wash also felt very stiff before I blocked it, and I do really enjoy the fabric of this gauge swatch, so I know it's gonna be fine. It's just a little stiff right now. I'm gonna sort out my little yarn skein and I will get back to you whenever I have some more news. So I was just knitting and, you know, watching YouTube as I do, and I clicked on this video by Crochet by Ellie. She was finishing up her Olga blouse, but I was watching it and then she gave me a shout out, which is really sweet. She was talking about how she felt inspired by my Crafting Diaries series and that she was gonna start doing videos inspired by my Crafting Diaries and my stash busting series. So if you like my videos and you're still looking for another YouTuber, I figured I would send you her way, because if you're watching this, you probably like my videos, and so maybe you'll like hers as well. Other than that, we're still going strong on the melange sweater. I did cut out the tangled mass. I tried to save it. I did save it quite a bit, but at some point I was just like, I need to start knitting instead of untangling, so I did cut out a little bit of the tangledness. This is also partially because I know for a fact I'm gonna have more than enough yarn. That's not to say that I'm gonna just throw out the bit of tangledness, but it is to say that I have more than enough yarn to not at this time in my life waste time to untangle that yarn. Alright, so I just wanted to give you an update on my melange sweater. I just finished the back section. It's curling up quite a lot because the fabric is quite tight. As I said, it will relax when blocked, but right now it's like it's looking weird. But this is the back section and I'm gonna break my yarn. I really said that as though that was the easiest thing in the world, but this is strong yarn. And then we're gonna cast on the front, which I'm very excited about, because that means less stitches on my cable, but also we're going somewhere. I have to say, I haven't knitted on this as much as I normally would. Yeah, I just get really uptight when traveling, so that's probably why I haven't been knitting as much. But we just finished the back, so we're moving on to the front, which is exciting. Maybe this is wishful thinking, but it's Wednesday today. I have the entire day off. Tomorrow we're traveling towards my home, like my parents' place, because that's close to the airport, which is about 3.5 hours of travel from my place to their place, which if you know the Netherlands, yes, that is basically as far apart as you can be in the Netherlands. So we're gonna be doing some travel, and then obviously on Friday I have time to kill on the airport as well as in the plane, so we have a lot of knitting time, and I'm kind of hoping before I do any of the traveling I can be in the round, so it's just mindless knitting in the round. That would be really sick. That's what I'm going for. So I have to say about this yarn, it's very fuzzy and I don't really know how to explain it, so I'm gonna show it to you. It's also kind of a magnet for hair and dust. I don't know if that's the color or the fiber, but I don't know if you can tell, but there's just bits and pieces in the skein. The thing with this, it's not high twist. With that, it's a lot fuzzier, and it just keeps on sticking to each other. I really wish I wasn't, but I am slightly nervous on how this is gonna wear. I do unfortunately think that this is gonna peel quite a lot pretty easily. I mean, the amount of fluff that I've already picked off, and maybe it's just excess fiber that needs to be released, and once it's all been released, it's fine. But that being said, it's sock yarn, so it really should wear a lot better. I will obviously keep you updated on how it's going and how it will work up. Unfortunately, my expectations aren't that high anymore. My expectations were higher than what I'm getting. Alright, so from now on in this vlog, up until I'm in Spain, you're gonna see a little bit of a quality change because I'm currently filming either on my phone or my iPad. But as you can see, I've got pretty far with my sweater. I basically missed the entire train ride, so that's what, 2 hours, a little bit more. And we're currently at the point where we can join it around, which is exciting because that means that while I'm in the air, all I have to do is knit, which I'm all for. I love me a mindless little knit, especially when I'm traveling, so I'm really happy with that actually. So I'm gonna quickly join in around where me and my brother are going out for dinner. Then I can pick this back up tomorrow when we're at the airport. I think she's cute. I like her a lot. It's just it's just a basic little sweater, but so far we're looking good. Alright friends, we made it to Spain. I arrived yesterday, later in the day. I think we made a little walk and then, you know, nothing too special. And today we had my first day out here and honestly we just walked. It's actually something I really wanted to do here, is just do some hiking and like actual proper hiking, because obviously in the Netherlands everything is flat, so there's no like proper hiking. Like it's still, I guess it's still hiking, maybe, but it doesn't feel the same. Anyway, that's something I really wanted to do here, so I'm glad we did that. We had a very nice day. Gonna go out for groceries soon. While I'm in Spain, you're gonna have some little bit of a mod podge of clips here and there and like the quality. I hope you don't mind. It is what it is. You saw the hand baggage I was allowed to take. It was just like, if I had to bring all of my stuff, I would be naked right now. So, you know, gotta bring the clothes and the necessities, which, speaking of the necessities, I brought my sweater with me, the melange sweater by Petite. I actually did decent work on the train. I did like pretty much the entire front section, and then when I got home in Netherlands and like my childhood home, I joined it in a round, and then I basically did this the entire travel day. I did quite a lot of knitting in the plane, not too much because it was quite cramped, but I did a little bit here and there. Yarn. I already know I did not bring enough yarn with me. I'm probably gonna end up not having enough. Maybe we will, because if we have days like this the whole time, then I'm probably not going to be knitting that much. But I brought 3 skeins. I wound them up at home. I just attached the 2 new ones. I attached them in the plane because when I left the house, the old ones were still attached. So I brought 3 new skeins. These are 2 of them, and then I got one separately, which I would then have to do an inner and an outer pull at the same time. But I was not about to bring a 4th ball. It barely fit as is. I did give my mum the red yarn. She's been talking about making maybe a little bit of a red hat of resistance. I talk to her about the red hats situation because that's been going on in my circles, right? And she didn't know about it, and she was like, oh, maybe we can make it like red hats. So I think she wants to start, I mean, she definitely wants to start knitting. She saw my Winnie tee and she was like, I want one. And I was like, oh, I can, you know, if you buy me the yarn, I can make you the t-shirt for you. She's like, yeah, but I want to make it myself. And she knows how to knit. I don't think she ever finished anything with knitting because she's not the most patient person in the world, I have to say. With love and respect, she wanted to try the Winnie tee. I said, Mom, I love you, but that's not the pattern to start with. Like that one put me through the trenches a little bit. And I would say I'm like an advanced knitter. And she's like, but what if I'm like really excited to wear it? Then maybe I will finish it, which is, in theory, I would say a very good idea. And you know, I would say yes, go for it. But I don't think the Winnie tee, like there has got to be something that's less advanced. I understand why she wants it because it's awesome. There has got to be a pattern that's like you're still really excited to wear it, but isn't as advanced as the Winnie sweater and seam modification. I don't know. Stay tuned. Maybe I will teach my mom how to properly knit this vacation. Who knows? Hear me out. I know we're destashing, right? But I love the yarn that my Winnie tee is in, the Casa Bamboo. It's not a brand I can get easily in the Netherlands. And I'm here now, right? I wouldn't be opposed to getting like a tea quantity of that yarn. But maybe I should just really, you know, I should knit on this so I don't have any more yarn. And then I'm definitely allowed to buy more yarn, you know, because a girl needs to knit. We'll see. I think that's all my yapping out of the way. We're gonna do groceries. Alright friends, it's the end of the week, so let's discuss everything we've done. First off, we did get rid of some yarn, the red yarn that I gave to my mum, which was 225 grams, maybe? Then we didn't finish any projects, so no more yarn out of stash, but we also didn't add yarn in stash, so that's good. And we made quite a lot of progress on my sweater. This is where we're at. We joined it around and we've got about, I don't know, like a good 15 centimeters on the body, maybe closer to 20. We definitely made some progress. This is the yarn I still have left, plus one extra brand new skein. We can probably finish the body, but I don't think we're gonna get a lot further than that. I did bring a smaller cable and my shorties, so if we have to start on the sleeves, we can. But I just don't see that happening. I don't think I have enough yarn for that. But yeah, we worked on the sweater, and other than that, I don't think we did anything. Well, we did a lot of things, but like knitting wise. So that is the destashing for the week. I hope you guys like this video. I know it's gonna be a bit chaotic and all over the place, but you gotta bear with me on our little travel vlog. A little bit chaotic, but I hope next week I'm gonna have it down a bit better. I hope you still like this video. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok and Ravelry, all under KarlijnsCorner, but you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I guess, without further ado, I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week. Goodbye.